Hey, I'm Annie Dirusso, and this is my virtual concert for WUSC. I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you for having me. I'm going to play a few songs, answer a few questions, and yeah, my band's not with me today. I'm actually at my parents' house. This is my childhood bedroom. I'm at my parents' house up in New York, quarantining with them, home for winter break. But my band's in Nashville, so it'll just be me solo, but I think it'll still be fun. I'm going to start with 20, which is a song I released back in August. I wrote it when I was 19 turning 20, about kind of the fear of turning 20 and like what that means to leave your teens. I'm 21 now, but still kind of connect to it. This is 20. It's the middle of the night in a gross way. I'm fighting my eyelids on the last train. Black is the sky, as blue was the day, as blank is my mind. I'm not sure what to say. I'll walk my way home from the station on 6th, passing the same old buildings, neighborhood children. I miss that feeling. I'm not ready to go, and I'm not ready to grow. So bad at being alone. I'm almost 20 years old. Biting my nails and I'm twisting my hair. Almost 20 years old. Didn't think I'd be here. Well, I don't have a ride or a license to show. Almost 20 years now. Where did all the time go? I'll talk my way out of these expectations that leave me shaking, breaking. I'm breaking down. I'm crying, calling all my exes. I'll walk my way out of this city now. I'm freaking out. I'm not ready to go, and I'm not ready to grow. Oh, I'm so bad at being alone. I'm almost 20 years old now. Ooh, sha-la-la, ooh, sha-la-la, ooh, sha-la-la. Ooh, sha-la-la, ooh, sha-la-la, ooh, sha-la-la. That was 20. Had to kind of improvise that guitar solo. I don't have a second guitarist with me, but I kind of like singing them. That's how I write guitar solos, actually. I always sing them first, because I'm just like much more naturally a singer than I am a guitar player. I will answer one of the questions. Let me get off my laptop. Okay, so got my laptop. The question is, we know social justice advocacy is really important to you. What do you think the relationship between art and advocacy should be, and who is an artist you look up to who has used their platform to amplify movements for change? That's a great question. First of all, I don't really think there's a huge difference between art and advocacy. I feel like art is often built off and based off beliefs, and people should always advocate for the beliefs and advocate for others. I think if someone has a platform from their art and isn't working to advocate to help others who are hurting, then they really shouldn't have that platform. But to me, there's no difference between art and advocacy. I think they go hand in hand because art is so personal, and I think advocacy should be. And who is an artist I looked up to? I mean, there's so many. I think right now, I think there was a period of time, probably the 2010s-ish, where a lot of artists, like really popular artists, weren't speaking up on political issues or social justice issues in order to not be controversial. But I think because the world we're living in, specifically in America, is so polarizing right now, people are kind of forced to speak up, which I think is a good thing. But a few artists I look up to, I think Phoebe Bridgers and Maggie Rogers recording Iris for social justice issues was really great, as well as Boy Genius doing the same thing on Bandcamp Fridays. Probably on a big level, I think, like, I mean, Billie Eilish has been doing a ton of stuff for climate change, which is super cool as such a young artist with a huge following. But also definitely always speaking up on issues that are going to affect people. Like, I think that if you're not speaking up in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, then I don't know what you're doing with your platform. And things like that have come up, just social justice issues that we need to be speaking about and making sure that it's clear where we stand on. Okay, so I'm going to do another song before the next question. This one is called Infinite Jest, and it's not released yet, but I have posted on TikTok, and people are asking for it all the time, but it really won't come out until my album, which will be a little bit. So it'll be nice to have this full version out there. But this is about when you're in a relationship and you know it's bad, but you can't get out of it. He loves the sound of his own voice, so it makes sense. He thinks he loves me, 'cause I listen and I never fucking speak. And he always says that love's a choice. Who would choose this? You could use this as the stone cold proof it's not. And yes, I'm ashamed of it all. Can't say that it's not my fault when I still stay here. No need to explain how it's wrong. I would write down this song and still call you later. Well, here's what's worse. When it comes to us, I thought I wanted you, but I just wanted to know love. You spent 9 hours on 3 flights to stay with me, a couple nights in Tennessee. But we both know I'm not the one on your mind. And you paint me pictures when you write me poetry about a life we'll never lead. 'Cause I'm not her, no matter how hard I try. There's no more delay in the end. Can't just keep playing pretend like you don't want your ex-girlfriend. No need to explain how it's wrong. I would write down this song and still stay the night in your bed. Nah, here's what's worse. When it comes to us, you thought you wanted me, you just wanted to be in love. is what's worse when it comes to us. We're both losing here, being used and using dear for love. Infinite Jest. But yeah, that won't come out till my album. I am excited about that one. Okay, the next question is, your songs seem very personal yet somehow universal at the same time. What's your songwriting process, and do you have a favorite of your songs so far? First of all, that's such a nice question. Thank you to whoever wrote that. I think I do write from a really personal place, and a lot of the stuff is really specific to my life. But what I've realized is that the human experience is so universal. So people do tend to relate to it because we're all living the same life, I guess. But, I mean, I'll write something very much based off a very specific experience I had. And then someone will message me like, I swear I'm a ghostwriter on that song, which I think is the highest compliment because I know exactly how that feels to be listening to an artist. But I think it just comes down to being really honest in your lyrics, because some people would like maybe not say something, but then they hear it and they're like, wait, that's exactly what happened to me. And I think that's kind of where that comes from. It's like pushing myself to be maybe even uncomfortably honest in my songs. And then my favorite song of mine is usually the one I've just written, but I'd say out of the ones I have out, Dead Dogs always holds a very special place in my heart because it's a song I wrote when I was kind of getting through a hard time and looking for answers. And it also talks about my dead dog, Bella, whom I love very much. I was happy to get her name in a song. And then also I think Judgments, which was my latest single, is probably my favorite song that I've released. Yeah. Okay, speaking of Judgments, I will play that one now. This is my last single, and it is up on Spotify and iTunes if you want to listen to it. This is about a Beatles poster on my wall watching me have a one-night stand. It wasn't what I imagined, but I never imagined it. George, John, and Paul all judging me from my wall, and I wondered what they would say if they could talk. Front yard's a parking lot. The house is packed, but I forgot. I'm running from room to room, running away from you. And I wondered what you would do, a Christian boy left in my room. I guess I'm apathetic, obsessed with you. And I guess I just don't get it. Well, I don't think you wanted me to. No, I don't think you wanted me to. I'd be right there to hold you. A stranger to me then, you're still a stranger to me now. And I wonder where you've been and where you hide out. And I guess I'd like to know if you think of me when you pass my home. I guess I'm apathetic, with you. And I guess I just don't get it. Well, I don't think you wanted me to. No, I don't think you wanted me to. Well, fuck you, And the costs all mine, $50 and a lukewarm bath. Well, that's just fine. You could keep it, I don't want it back. You can keep it, I don't want it back. Nah, fucking keep it, I don't want it back. So in the recording and live, there's like a crazy drum solo ending, but I can't quite do that right now. But that was Judgments from the World's Greatest Band. Again, that's my latest single. You can find that on Spotify and Apple Music or Tidal, wherever you listen to your music. All right, more questions. Okay, you have a full-length album planned to come out in 2022. How, if at all, has this process been different than past singles or EPs? Is there more pressure? That's a good question. So, I started writing for my album about 6 months ago. I don't want any of the songs on it to be songs that I've already released, except for just one, which I won't say what it is. And it was immediately different than writing for singles or EPs. I think when I write for singles, I like really write for like, I don't even realize I'm doing it, but I'm looking for that like spark in the song, like that really catchy single type thing. And in writing the album, like I've allowed myself so much more freedom in terms of just experimenting and getting maybe a little darker with my lyrics and giving more of a big picture of who I am and what my sound is, and like expanding that all the time. So it's been a really interesting process so far. It was really daunting to me at first, just thinking about it. I've, always kind of thought about my debut album. But once I started recording it, I just started recording some demos. But once I started writing and recording it, I just like am so excited about it. And I can't wait to continue to work on it. Next question. With over 20,000 followers and almost 200,000 likes on TikTok, it's undeniable how useful the app is to gain a following. How do you think TikTok and other apps of its kind have helped or hindered emerging artists? That's a great question. I can't speak much for other apps other than TikTok. I never really got into Vine. I know that's controversial, but I did not. And Instagram is not really amazing in terms of growing a huge following, because it's mostly just people have to seek you out or people you know already. But the algorithm on TikTok just allows people to discover stuff that they would be interested in. And I think it's been astronomically helpful to building my following. I couldn't have imagined it. I really didn't think that I was going to find success on TikTok, and I'm so surprised and thankful for it. But it's been like instrumental in building my following this year, which I'm so grateful for, because live shows weren't a thing, and it ended up being like the alternative I never saw coming. So really big fan of TikTok. Okay, next I'm going to play a song of mine that's been out for a while, but it always ends up being one of my favorites to play live. I think it's because it's definitely one of my calmer songs. So I'm obviously not playing with a band right now, but if you ever see me with a band or have seen me with a band, we like to go like a little wild on stage, like jumping around and stuff. And this song is always just a break from that, where it's just like really about the song and everyone like zones in for a second. So this is one of my favorite songs to play live for that reason. But also a song about unrequited love. And it's kind of sad. It's called Jonathan. Never liked the smell of cigs till I smelled them on you. Breathe them out, breathe you back in. It's everything you do. I till I drove home with you. Pull me left and pull me right, it's everything you do. Now, and Jonathan, I guess it's fine. Love's unrequited all the time. Jonathan makes me wanna hate, 'cause loving him brings so much pain. Jonathan, I'm gonna yell, you know I've lost all sense of self. Jonathan, I'm gonna scream, you woke me up from all my dreams. Like Jonathan, I guess it's fine. Love's unrequited all the time. Jonathan makes me wanna hate, 'cause loving him brings so much pain. Jonathan, I'm gonna yell, you know I've lost all sense of self. Jonathan, I'm gonna scream, you woke me up from all those dreams. Like Jonathan, I guess it's fine. Love's unrequited all the time. That was Jonathan. Okay, a few more questions. Every DJ at WUSC gets to choose their own DJ and show name. If you had a radio show, what would your DJ name and show be called? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, my brother actually used to host a radio show at JMU where he went to school. And it was called Nut Jobs Anonymous, and he was DJ Cashew, which I think is pretty cool. So like something like that. I think that's a cool thing. And then the next question is, if you were in a zombie apocalypse, what 3 celebrities would you want with you? I love that it's celebrities. Okay. Right off the bat, I think AOC would be a great choice. I think she would just be calm and cool, collected, but also pretty, you know, on top of it, giving some instruction. And then I'd probably want like a comedian, like, like maybe like AD Bryant. I think AD Bryant with me, to like add some comedic relief. And then I'm gonna like at that point want an athlete, like for fighting purposes. So maybe like LeBron James. And I don't know anything about LeBron James, but that was the first thing that popped into my head, and that's gonna be it. That's me and AOC, AD Bryant, and LeBron James in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, I have one more song, and it is actually the second half to Jonathan is the way I wrote it, but it became its own song. It's also about unrequited love. And it's a good thing it became its own song because it's my most popular song. It's a little more of a like happy, fun crush take on unrequited love. and it is called Don't Swerve. You drive me home, you don't swerve, but you're stoned, and I'll sit there quiet, wondering why my love for you's unrequited. I'm lost, 'cause I found the very thought of you, it follows me around. But don't speak, not a sound. If I stay in the dark, the light can't bring me down. Ah, ooh, oh, ah, ooh, ooh, nah. Ah, ooh, nah. You drive me home, we pretend we don't know, and I'll sit there smiling. I know you know exactly what I'm hiding. I'm lost, 'cause I found the very thought of you, it follows me around. But don't speak, not a sound. If I stay in the dark, the light can't bring me down. Ah, ooh, oh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, nah. Ah, ooh, nah. And I know that I'm cool on my own, but I still hope that you'll see that I am fun and free and everything you need. When you drive me home, I'm always lost and we're always alone, and I'll sit there tired, wondering when the fuck this game will expire. That's Don't Swerve. Yeah. 2 more questions. In the recent months, most people have stumbled upon free time to explore new passions. Who are some artists or movies you recommend people check out? I think there's a bunch of artists I feel like if you haven't listened to Samia, definitely Samia, Liza Ann, Lonely Vacations, like half of my band is in Lonely Vacations. Caroline Culver, all really great artists to check out. Movies, I actually need recommendations on movies. So if you guys see this, someone sees this and has a really good movie I should watch, please message me and tell me what to watch. Okay, one more question. What's up next for Annie Dirusso? Any tours or new singles in the works? There's actually a lot coming up for me, which I'm pretty excited about. I just finished recording my next single, which will be releasing in March. I didn't play it today, but you'll hear it in March. It's called 9 Months, and it's pretty personal, but I'm happy that I was able to write it, and I'm going to put it out in March. And then after that, I will be releasing a few covers, which I won't say what they are, but I'm pretty excited about that. And hopefully by the time all of that is released, safety permitting, I'll be playing some supporting slots on tours, which I'm really hoping for. But obviously only if it's safe. Everyone stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much, WUSC, for having me tonight. This has been a blast. I hope you liked some songs I played. You can follow me at Annie Dirusso on all socials. And yeah, see what I have coming up in the next few months. Thank you so much for having me.